Just doing a quick video to show what I'm doing in my garden. So I have some squash here. I went really small scale this year because I don't know what I'm doing. And so I have to learn. Here's basil, which I put the basil in really early, but we had a hailstorm and it messed it up. So I had to plant some more. But these ones are existing from before the hailstorm. And I'm going to have to clip these tops to promote some growth. I got some tomato plants that my friend gave me, and they're doing very well. And I did actually just harvest our first zucchini and summer squash. I went ahead and picked them a little early because I don't want them to go to seed. And I'd like to promote more growth as well. These squash plants, I just pulled out of the bigger squash bed, but I felt like they were too close together and they weren't getting enough sun. So I wanted to thin it out a little bit over there. So I picked out the small ones, planted them here. I believe these are summer squash. I'm not totally sure. Another one over here. See, it didn't barely even get flowers because it was basically in the shade. So I thinned it out. Even though the squash plants, they need a lot of water and they really don't seem to like the sun that much. So in the hottest part of the day, I do shade the squash plants with a old tent tarp. So that seems to help. That way they get morning sun, they get evening sun, but that really hot afternoon sun, then I can protect them, which seems to be working all right. And those squash plants over there, I did plant as seed before we had the hailstorm, which I'm happy that they still made it through. I did have to plant a few extra seeds in there after the hailstorm because a couple of the plants just got pummeled to death. But those seeds did sprout up, which are these plants that I had placed here. As you can see, the yard is a mess. I haven't had time to do too much. We have grapes going over there. I wanted to clear out that end over there, and I wanted to do melon, but did not get to that. So I'm just doing easy stuff, especially seeds that I already had. I didn't want to have to go buy seeds. And I do have melon seeds, but so if I could get some help from my son, then next year I will do a melon area over there. And I'll have to move that rosemary. So hopefully I start getting some squash out of these. This was given to me by a friend. This is also summer squash. Seems to be a slightly different variety. This plant, the leaves look a little different than the other leaves. So I believe that's a different variety. And this one seems to take the heat quite well. I haven't barely had to shade it. I just shaded it when it was rooting, but now that it's rooted, it seems to be okay. And that's where I harvested that summer squash. And this tomato plant is doing quite well. My friend gave it to me, and I believe it's a beef steak tomato. We do have some tomatoes growing, and I'm going to see how long I need to keep these on. They seem to be spread out quite well, so I don't need to thin that out. And of course, the fig tree, which I need to remember to give it water because last year it didn't get any water, and so we really didn't have much figs. But this is the yellow fig, which I like. It tastes like honey to me. So I will have to remember to just run the hose so we get some nice golden figs from this tree. And this tree's, not the thickest, not the best looking tree, but the figs do taste good. So that's pretty much it. I do have some more basil going in the house, which seems to be doing quite well. And it's important to top your basil once they grow. That way you can promote more growth. But as soon as the summer heat comes, I will have to harvest all of the basil and dry it so that we can use it throughout the whole year, which I still have a little bit left from last year. So maybe later, be cooking my squash with some basil, and that will be nice. This is my best looking dragon fruit plant. Finally, I have a pretty good looking. It's been not too good for the dragon fruit plants the last few years, but I was able to put them in these pots. I do have a bunch more growing in other pots, which I have to transfer some of the leaves. So I just went with a heavy duty tomato cage for this one. So hope that turns out pretty good, and I'm not sure when we will be getting our first dragon fruit, but I'll definitely have to do a video about that because I have not ever gotten a dragon fruit yet. And then just over here, we got some rosemary and a big mess and artichokes. Now, I did harvest one artichoke. Last year I harvested like 4 or 5 artichokes off this plant, but I'm just letting it go to flower right now because the flowers are pretty. I like them. I love that purple. But what I want to do for next time is I'll just be chopping down these. There's another one over here which is not doing too great, but I'm going to chop them down and get this one out of that bucket and put it into the dirt. So I'll have to clean up the dirt, treat it with some good soil, and then I'll just put that one in the dirt, and then hopefully, I'll have better quality artichoke plants. Got more grapes over here, which these are seeded grapes over here, so not too happy and thrilled about that. But orange tree that needs to be totally trimmed it back for next year. And I do need to treat the ground that it's in so that I get sweeter quality oranges next time. More grapevines, my composter, and that's pretty much it for right now. This is what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm learning. I guess that's what it's all about. Thanks for watching this video and all of my other videos if you've watched them. If not, still thank you. And I will do another video when I get more to talk about. And God bless. Thanks again.